Caribbean Latin bites in Walnut Creek.
And we were so mad we couldn't eat it all.
A carnivore's dream in San Mateo.
It's a roaring fire of goodness.
And a world of Turkish delights in Emeryville.
There's salted butter. It's everything.
Just ahead on Check Please Bay Area.
Make my mouth water.
I know. I know.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests and each one recommends one of their favorite spots and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. Joining me at the Check Please table today are flight attendant Tina Wentworth, grocery category manager Thuy Nguyen, and senior territory manager Justin Millette. Welcome everyone.
Welcome.
Ready?
So ready.
Tina's up first. As a flight attendant, she's on one culinary adventure after another as she crisscrosses the nation, looking for hidden gems in every place she visits. The restaurant she loves most right here in the Bay offers that same sense of escape. With tropical vibes, Caribbean flavors, and Latin flair in the heart of Walnut Creek, it's LITA.
What makes LITA stand out is as soon as you open those big giant doors, so you feel like you're someplace else. We have a little Miami vibe, beautiful, sexy, fun, but I think most important, different.
The Tango Oxtail. You taste the risotto yet? I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and everything that I bring to the kitchen has been based on learning from my mother and my grandmother. You're going to have a lot of pimento, a lot of fresh thyme. A couple of my favorite dishes on the menu would be braised oxtail and our various jerk chicken dishes. A lot of my dishes are slow braised dishes, that allowing for the flavors to enhance.
The oxtail is also amazing. It's all about the meat being pulled off the bone. You don't need a knife, it's just literally a fork. And of course, I love gravy, so the more gravy, the better for me.
The history of jerk chicken dates back to when the slaves had to escape their pursuers and cook this jerk chicken underground in order to not allow people to find them. That enhanced the meaning of my food, and sharing the stories with people, I believe that our guests appreciate it more. When you go to a Caribbean restaurant, you want to have the guests feel like they're being hugged.
Chef gets a lot of hugs, let's put it that way. And when he says there's passion that goes into, I mean, it really is from the front of the house to the back of the house. Everyone here really cares about the experience because that's what we're here for.
I think my food has done more for myself than I think I've done for the food. It's created a hub for a lot of West Indians on the West Coast. People say, oh, I haven't had this since my grandmother made it, and I have to go back home to get this. I really enjoy the fact that it's created this destination of culture.
So this place is a little bit of Miami and Walnut Creek, isn't it?
Absolutely. From the visuals to the sounds to the everything about this restaurant is an absolute vibe. It's just a very visually stimulating place.
And so when you walk in, is there something that you always get?
Absolutely.
To start with?
Absolutely. Can never not have the coconut curry chicken empanadas. They are phenomenal. And there's a dollop of the coconut cream curry on the top, which is a velvety texture. It's sweet but spicy, like not hot spicy, but plenty of spice.
And did you have that, Justin? Because you were going to...
Actually, I did. I had that, and I have to say that was absolutely delicious. That was one of our first things that we tried. We walked up to the bar, and we were able to order the coco na, which is... that drink itself is a vibe. I mean, it's like a fire show.
I was worried about my eyebrows.
Yes, exactly.
Because she sprays the alcohol with the water, bottle and then sprays it with like a flamethrower. And it's just like, yeah.
So, you know, it's tasty. It's a very tasty beverage. It's a coconut-inspired drink. But then it goes very well with the coconut curry chicken empanadas. I
always get the sangria because a lot of times sangria can be overly sweet, and this is not. This is super enjoyable.
I started with the ceviche trio because there were 3 ceviches, and I couldn't pick, so I got all 3. And it was like a shrimp aguachile, a guava campachi, and then the ahi tuna tamarind. And I think the guava one was actually my favorite because I've never had guava in a ceviche before, and the flavor was just so fresh and like nice and acidic.
It's completely different.
It's so good.
Did you have it with the plantain chips?
You have to get the plantain chips. They were warm, they were freshly fried, they were just so crispy, and you just love like dipping and trying all the ceviches on top of it.
Yes.
Have you guys had the corn? It's an actual corn stalk.
Like a street
corn?
corn?
It's Caribbean street corn. And then they put a Caribbean spice on it. That was delicious.
Yeah, the salt cod fritters were so good. They were like crab cakes, but with more flavor, and they were creamy, and there was this jerk aioli. I think the same jerk aioli that was used on the callaloo empanadas. It was just really spiced and creamy, and there was 4 of us, and there was 5 fritters, so we were fighting for that last one. Like, I was trying to be nice and like cut it into 4s. My friend, she took it all. She took it all. She was like, I'm sorry, this is too good. I gotta eat it.
We had the Brussels sprouts, and I was shocked at how much we enjoyed them. Because, I mean, you have a Brussels sprout, but these are different. They're not greasy in any way, but they're perfectly charred, and then they serve it with a citrus aioli or something. I mean, the sauces this place has,
they shine on the sauces.
Unreal.
So the main course that we got was the escabeche fish. So it was like a whole fried fish. And it was amazing because it was covered in this pickled pepper. I think that's the escabeche. And there was like fried thyme on top, and it was just like a nice vinegar. And you have to like get in there, right? You have to like pull it apart with your hands. And this restaurant, even though it was a nice restaurant, I didn't feel self-conscious like just going for it.
So for us, the main courses that we had was the oxtails, and it's in this dark brown sauce that is extremely fragrant. When you go into the oxtails, it's virtually fall off the bone. The oxtails were phenomenal.
Did they roll you out of there after all that?
Oh my gosh.
They rolled me out of there after we had desserts.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now you knew I was going to get there.
Man.
All right, and dessert.
And this was the first time we had dessert because we never have room, but I forced myself because I knew it was coming and I had to have dessert. So it's the Caribbean spiced pineapple upside down cake. The sugars in there and the Caribbean spices are like bruleed on it. So it's got a little crisp to it, and they serve it with a coconut gelato. So it's got that cold, and then it's warm. And we were so mad we couldn't eat it all. It was so good. I mean, you can't take gelato home, you know.
Yeah, we ended up going with the donut holes. I don't know if you guys have had those.
Little squirty
yes,
things?
and so it's a donut hole, and then they're rolled in a sugar and cinnamon, and then they put a insert of coquito, which is a rum and eggnog kind of inspired squeezability into the donut. And you squeeze it, and then you eat it. Then you get rolled out. Those donuts are sinful.
Oh, good. Sign me up.
You can't stop. I mean, it's that good.
Well, you took your job seriously here.
Yes.
Please.
Very.
Really, we're checking it
I
out.
was fully dedicated to the position.
What about service?
Oh, service was so nice. Our service started with the cocktails, and she was like, okay, you might want to like move back a little when she did that fire coconut thing.
I agree. The service is fantastic. Actually, I went a couple of days ago as well to follow up just because I wanted to do my research.
Taking it seriously, very seriously.
I wanted to make sure. Yeah, exactly. The donuts and the drinks, they were calling my name, but I wanted to make sure that they were actually just as good as they were the first time. I think that they're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all liked it. I can tell.
It was fun. Like we danced on the way
the door.
out. Yeah, it was a party.
It is definitely a party.
And did you feel like it was worth the money?
Oh yeah, I thought it was actually a really great deal, especially in that Walnut Creek area where things are a little bit more high end. I would definitely go back.
All right. If you would like to try LITA, it's located on Bonanza Street in Walnut Creek, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $40. Twee's a serious home baker, so she's always on the hunt for pastries and breads that can rival her own. Her latest find is a cafe run by a female chef who's putting her own twist on baklava, borek, and other Turkish delights, all made fresh daily. Located in Emeryville, it's Simurgh Bakery and Cafe.
My name is Hatice. I am a self-taught chef. It needs to be like that. I'm originally from Turkey, but Simurgh Bakery to me is more than Turkish cuisine. It's about Balkan cuisine, it's about Arabic cuisine, it's about Greek cuisine. It's that we make almost everything from scratch. We make Turkish sesame bagels, fluffy pita bread, we call it pide. We make our own dolma. I don't know who invented the baklava first. This is very controversial issue. When you talk to Greek people, they say, oh, baklava is Greek. When you talk to Turkish people, they say Turkish. To me, I'm not interested in the origin of the baklava. I'm only interested in the culture behind the baklava. This is top. What makes a baklava perfect is number one, fresh phyllo dough. We make fresh phyllo dough almost every day. It has a rich texture because we use eggs, we use good quality flour, and we make sure the baklava dough is delicately thin. You can see my hands. The perfect baklava must be delicately crispy but not crunchy, and also sweet but not overwhelmingly sweet. The syrup is the most important part of the baklava. Cane sugar, water, and also lemon, that's all. It needs to be perfect. Simurgh is a bird, like a phoenix in the Persian literature, and it is a symbol of unity. I name my business Simurgh because to me, national borders are the artificial boundaries. You know, we create these boundaries in our minds, but the food doesn't have border. Also, we feel we are building the community together with our customers. Every day we see people from different backgrounds, they come and they chat and they laugh, and it makes us very happy, and we also create good memories for our customers, for ourselves.
All right, Twee, the name bakery, you really have to pay attention to cafe because there's such a wide-ranging list of offerings from sweet to savory.
Yes.
Do you go in for one or the other first?
I think I have to go in for both. I mean, the baklava is what drew me in because she makes the phyllo dough from scratch. So no one does that. I don't think any bakers make it from scratch, but she does. And the first bite I had, it just completely shattered everywhere, but in the best way. So she makes 4 different types of baklava. There's a traditional pistachio, a rolled pistachio, a date and walnut, and a chocolate. And they're all really good. I feel like maybe my favorite is the pistachio, but sometimes it's the date and walnut, sometimes it's the chocolate, depending on the day.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But I did get the traditional, and then I did get the chocolate because my mom loves chocolate as well. And the chocolate one, I thought that was amazing because it's a completely different play off of baklava.
Yeah,
I've never had
that before.
I've never had a chocolate baklava before.
When I go to the cafe, of course, I always need to get the baklava. But when you walk in there, you see them making fresh bread, fresh pita bread and simit, which is like a Turkish bagel that's just covered in sesame seeds.
Delicious.
It's so good, right?
Really
That's the
good.
one.
We had that too. It was reminiscent of a bagel, but it's a little bit narrower, not quite as chunky as a bagel would be, and it's lighter. This is nice and light. It has chew to it.
Yes.
We had it with their house-made labna, which
That's the move.
Which was good. It wasn't what I was expecting because I love yogurt, but it was really tangy, but goes really well. Yeah, it was tasty.
We also had the Turkish bagel. It's called egg in a hole.
Oh, yeah.
That is delicious. It's the bagel, and then it has a layer of greens, egg, Turkish sausage, and it has some cheese on it as well. That is a fantastic breakfast move.
That's so satisfying. I always start with the breakfast platter because I love variety in my breakfast. So it's a giant platter, and there's the bagel, of course, but there's also 2 fried eggs. There's that beef pepperoni you're talking about. I think it's like sucuk. There's kashaval cheese. There's olives. There's honey. There's jam. There's salted butter. It's everything. The meat is cut into 4 pieces, so I split them all in half and I make little sandwiches. So you get a sweet sandwich, a little savory one. It's my perfect breakfast.
Yeah. We ordered the Istanbul plate, so it has 3 different shapes of the ground meat kebabs. One of them was really neat. When you cut into it, it had cheese in it.
I got that one.
It kind
I
of
was so
oozes
surprised.
out. Yeah, I was surprised too. And it came with sliced tomatoes. It came with shishito peppers. And then it also these roasted potatoes, which were fantastic. And they gave you a piece of that fresh bread, pita, so you can make a perfect bite. You can get some of that eggplant roasted tapenade on there, and you can get some of the labna and some of the meat all in one bite. It was really good.
Made
We
my
also
mouth
had
water.
the chicken. I know.
It's perfect.
Also had the chicken sandwich. Have you guys had this?
No, but I need to go back.
Oh my goodness. So it's one of their pitas, which is kind of like a chubby pita bread, but it's airier. And they slice that open, and it's huge. And they put a layer of the labna, then a layer of that eggplant and roasted...
The ajvar sauce.
Yes, that's delicious because it's tangy and briny, so it really goes well. And the chicken is marinated. There's greens on it. I mean, we only ate half. We were so excited to take the other half home and have later, so we will definitely go back for that sandwich.
So it was a lot of food.
A lot of food. For the price, absolutely.
Yeah, we also had the kebab plate.
Okay.
Is it the Simurgh kebab plate?
Yes, and there's, you know, kebabs, and then there's a bread, and then they put sauce on top of that.
Yeah, it's like really nice and tangy.
It's delicious, and it's a lot lighter than I anticipated.
So you had a lot of savory. Did you have any sweet?
Oh, yes. So it had the honey cake with the berries on top. That was very decadent.
And the honey cake is so labor intensive because you have to make the layers one by one. It's really hard, and hers is so good. It's one of my favorites.
We took some desserts to go because we were full. It was a tahini cookie. I think that would be amazing with tea or the Turkish coffee, which I'm so sad I didn't get the baklava.
Oh yeah, I always get the baklava with the side of the Turkish coffee. Did you get the Turkish coffee?
I did
when you were
not,
there?
but I have to go back to try it.
It comes in this really cute set. So there's like the really small cup of Turkish coffee, and then there's a cup of water on the side because you need to wash it down because it's quite strong. And then a little Turkish delight on the side as well. So
Turkish delight.
it's such a perfect like afternoon treat.
Yeah, I love this place. I'm so glad you suggested it.
I'm so glad.
I mean, I don't go to that part of the bay, so it was really, really great to get out.
So
and try
again,
some
it's
things.
important to say bakery and cafe.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
True,
Right.
very true.
Well, if you would like to try Simurgh Bakery and Cafe, it's located on San Pablo Avenue in Emeryville. And the average tab per person without drinks is around $20. Now it's time to get to the meat of the matter with Justin's pick, a classic steakhouse where prime cuts are all dry-aged in-house. Add in a swanky old Hollywood vibe, and it's easy to see why it's become Justin's favorite date night destination. Located in San Mateo, it's Porterhouse.
John, we love you. Thank you. Oh, delicious.
Our goal at Porterhouse is for every diner that comes in to have a memorable experience. And of course, being a steakhouse, it starts with the excellent steak.
Very juicy, flavor, marbling. In other words, the best steak you ever had in your life. That's called Porterhouse.
This is a family-run restaurant. As a family, we just love steaks. We do Midwest beef from stockyards. And of course, we also offer grass-fed and finished beef from local ranches here in California.
Here is where all the magic happens.
We dry age for 30 days, and what that does is it tenderizes the meat, concentrates the flavor.
Some Wagyu steaks.
We have about 5 different cuts that are offered on the menu year-round, but Porterhouse is, in our eyes, the most impressive cut of steak.
That's the Porterhouse.
The best of two worlds. You have a filet mignon and a New York strip separated by a T-bone in its natural form. To get the perfect steak, we just use salt and pepper. We do have a little olive oil as well, and we grill it over a open flame grill. And we also finish all the steaks in an 1800-degree broiler. You want to lock in all the moisture in the steak while having a nice caramelized surface.
And plate is very hot. Usually a lot of steakhouse go, steak come cold. Ours come very, very hot and perfectly cooked. I make flambé tableside, and I've been doing more than 35 years. I did more than 36,000 of them.
Yeah, there's nothing like the look on people's faces too when the dining room lights up with the flambé, because he definitely can get the flame up there. You know, after so many flambés, he still has his both his eyebrows. So
all the movie posters come because I love Casablanca movie. I watched that movie more than 1,000 times. I used to know every single word.
I'm buying a bottle of champagne.
No, you're talking. For us, hospitality is very, very important. We treat the guest as a guest, not as a customer.
Since 1982, we know each other. Long time.
Make sure they enjoy.
Life is beautiful, you know. I appreciate you guys too.
I mean, they come happy and they go happy. The rest, up to them.
All right, Justin, let's talk steak.
Exactly. I love this place. As soon as you walk in to the right, there's just a meat locker of meat that they are drying to have dry aged meats. You can walk in or you can go to the bar. They have a great happy hour there. I have not had a bad steak there.
Did you start with something?
Yes, so I always traditionally start with the French onion soup in a nice little cup. It's not too large, not too small. And then they will put the bread, and then it's packed with grilled onions, a layer of cheese. I usually like to ask for a little bit of lighter cheese, just because I like cheese, but cheese doesn't like me as much. Yeah. Right? And
I got that. I got that. Yeah. I love that cheese pull that you get when you dig the spoon in and then you pull it out. It was just so fun.
We had the French onion soup as well, and it was fantastic. There's a lot of depth of flavor there. The balance was really good, and I liked all the cheese. So, cheese me up. I love it.
Cheese me up.
Cheese lovers unite.
Yes. Yeah. Cheers to that. Along with that soup, we had their Caesar salad, which was served a little different than I have had it. It's served as the actual full wedge. It has just a drizzle of the Caesar on top, and then it has like a long piece of crostini like on top of that, and then the Parmesan shavings, which is the more parm on there, the better for me.
Those are good.
Well, I had the Caesar salad. It wasn't my favorite because I think there was that red onion that was on the top, and it was just kind of, I didn't know if it went very well. But we also got the polenta poutine, and that was really savory. It was really nice, and it was covered with this house-made beef ragu, and there was cheese on top of that too. So it was kind of like a log cabin stack, or what's it called?
Kind of a Jenga.
Yeah, it was Jenga. It was definitely stacked. It was very fun to eat.
Have you guys tried, so one of my favorite drinks there is a woman in red. I love women. I love women. No, I love drinks that are sweeter, and that is a sweeter drink. So it's a strawberry-inspired drink. So it's very light. It's like a day drinking drink. I love that drink.
I had the Bogart, which is their play on a martini, which comes with a blue cheese stuffed olive. Fantastic.
All right, now let's talk meat.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
I mean, I do love the Porterhouse because that's what they're known for, right? It's fantastic. But every now and then I like to switch it up and I like to do the mixed grill. Mixed grill gives you a little bit of everything. You'll get the filet, and then you also get the lamb chops as well. And so the filet is perfectly cooked, and I like, a nice sear on the outside and then like very warm red center in the middle. And then the lamb chops will come with a demi-glaze that's on top. And it comes with a twice baked potato, which is I'm a huge
that baked potato
fan of
is
it.
So good.
Right? And it's just because it's like a baked potato cup.
We had the mixed grill as well.
Oh, you did?
Yes, but we upgraded the filet to an 8-ounce because we shared the meal.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now how fantastic that cut of beef was.
It was just perfectly cooked. I think we all got medium rare or rare steaks, and the temperature on that was just amazing. The way they executed it.
So impressed. Just the right amount of salt and pepper, just to accent the flavor of the beef. The lamb chops to die for.
I need to get the lamb chops. I didn't.
The lamb chops are amazing.
What did I get? I got the cowboy ribeye because I like a fattier steak on mine. I like the marbling, and the sear on that was really nice. The cook on that was really good. The potato, I just loved everything together. But my partner got the Porterhouse, and I think I had steak envy because I tasted a piece and it had such a nice dry aged flavor. So I took a bite. I went back to my plate and focused on mine, and I looked back to get another one, and his was gone. Like everything off the bone, just the tea left on it, and I was shocked and very sad that it was gone.
I have to ask if you guys had the truffle mac and cheese.
We did. Oh, so good. Brie. Was it brie?
I don't know how many cheeses were in there, but I'm going to tell you, they brought it in that cute little pot, like they bring the soup, and it has like buttery breadcrumbs, and they're all browned on top, and you put your spoon in there, it's just steaming hot cheese pool city all the way.
Yeah, it was
craveable. Like I dream about that mac and cheese. Fantastic.
Okay, so that's a lot of food you all had. Did you save room for dessert?
Oh, you have to save room for dessert. There's a couple of like really, really key desserts there. One of my favorite desserts is the bread pudding. That's probably one of my favorite bread puddings of all time. It's sweet, but then at the same time, it's not like a heavy brick. It's still a little bit lighter. I think that, and then I don't know if you guys were able to treat yourself to the bananas flambé.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's the owner's specialty. He'll come tableside and then cook it for you, and it's a roaring fire of goodness.
Oh my
You're gonna get like the banana, the cream, the liqueur, and then it's all over the ice cream, and that's a treat.
It's like dinner and a show. Right?
Yes, it's
Fire,
100%
everything.
a dinner and a show. Yeah.
I can't speak enough on the service.
Yes.
The attentiveness, the fact that if the server's there taking your order, there's nobody coming to the table to fill your water cups. They wait. You watch them. It's like a ballet happening. They're so considerate.
And this is not an inexpensive place, right? I mean, you're paying for the experience, you're paying for quality. You feel like you got-
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I mean the steak was definitely lived up to the name.
Yeah, I loved it. It's definitely going to be a special occasion restaurant for us, but I'm already having it on the calendar for my birthday next year. It's like I'm ready.
If you would like to try Porterhouse, it's located on B Street in San Mateo, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $95. Looking for more Bay Area bites you've just got to try? Check out Cecilia Tries It online at kqed.org/check, please. I have to thank my fantastic guests on this week's show. Tina Wentworth, who can't get enough of the coconut curried chicken empanadas at LITA in Walnut Creek. And Thuy Nguyen, who tucks into the Turkish breakfast platter at Simurgh Bakery and Cafe in Emeryville. And Justin Millette, lover of the mixed grill at Porterhouse in San Mateo. Join us next time when 3 more guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sbrocco, and I'll see you then. Cheers, and cheers to you. Woo-hoo. Did you have fun?
That was so much fun.
Yes.
That was great. That was fun.
Woo-hoo.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Grahamsport has been family-owned and operated for over 200 years, available at vintageandfinewines.com or your local fine wine retailer. The Bay Area airport that's close and reliable. iFlyOAK.com.
At Sutter, 224 hospitals and care centers never stop caring for 3.4 million Californians. Getting better never stops.
Bravery, caring, kindness. And that's what we live by at SF Fire Credit Union. SF Fire Credit Union, rescuing you from banks.
Crab House at Pier 39 is a family-owned restaurant featuring Dungeness killer crab, shellfish platters, and crab fried rice. Crab House serves fresh, sustainable seafood with stunning views of the San Francisco Bay. Located on Pier 39 in San Francisco, reservations at crabhouse39.com.
We usually use this part only when we cut the baklava because we need to make sure it's sealing the dough.
I love what they do. I don't work for money. I love what they do.
It's good we have high ceilings, actually, you know?
I teach it, and hopefully one day you come better than me.
Yeah. I think it tastes about the same, but I just can't get the flambé that high.